everyone, I'm Becky,
And I'm Sarah.
and we're doing Bickering book reviews. Today we're talking about If This Gets Out by Sophie Gonzales and Cale Dietrich, which we both got off of NetGalley. Did you listen or read?
I switched between both.
Okay, I listened. So this book is about Zach and Ruben, and they are half of like the biggest boy band in the world. Their boy band's name is Saturday, and they've had like huge albums. They've had #1 hits. They are a big deal. Well, what they don't want people to know, the studio, is Ruben has always been very open that he's homosexual, and he's kind of developing a crush on Zach, which Zach starts to return. And so they start a relationship. And but people can't know. If people know, it could ruin their careers. What the record company is saying.
They've got to be fantasy boyfriends.
They've got to be fantasy boyfriends. And it's kind of just about them trying to like navigate their relationship while also they're like, but this is who we are and we shouldn't have to hide it. That's the most
That's
simple.
pretty much it. And the way you describe it makes me really kind of question the length of this book because the premise of this book is not that extensive. There's not much to it. It's
No.
pretty straightforward and simple. But the book, it reads I thought it moved fast, but it was definitely too long.
It's almost 500 pages long, isn't it?
I don't know. It's 14 hours.
It's a 14-hour audiobook, which
That's a long book.
I was surprised. I'm looking on Goodreads to see how long it was if I can find it.
But I enjoyed the characters and I enjoyed the premise. I think
I
it's
thought the premise was
believable.
great. I thought I think honestly, I think this has probably happened.
I wonder.
You have to wonder. I think that readers are going to like it. I'm trying to think, and I can't find the page count. I do think it's like over 450 pages. I think part of the problem, not part of the problem, it was a pacing issue. I think that the relationship between Ruben and Zach does not happen for quite a while. Like, I think it's probably a good 75 pages establishing that. And
See,
then,
yes, but it happened very quickly. It was nothing, 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 quickly, and then
right.
nothing, nothing, nothing.
There's a lot of establishing the band and establishing who they are. And I feel like you didn't need all that. Like, if you had just been like, okay, these are the boy band, they're big stars, I'd have been like, oh, okay.
It definitely could have been multiple books. I think you could have had a book about them starting the band. You could have had a book about Ruben and Zach falling in love, and then a book about coming come what it means to come out.
Well, and I think I remember we got to a point that I was like, oh, this is the resolution. And then there was like an hour and a half after that on the audiobook.
Yeah.
But I think the message of the book is good. And because the message, yes, about them trying to have this right to be who they are and let people know about their sexuality, but also you had John, who had been pigeonholed into something that was against who he was. You had Angel, who'd been pigeonholed into something.
Right.
And they were all these characters who were like, no, this is who I really am. Plus, I loved the fact that they were friends, and that was just these 4 boys were friends, and it
Right.
didn't matter.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of
fun.
drama between them. They were supportive and they were caring, and
Yeah, and it was fun seeing that play out. I like the dynamics between the guys.
you don't always see guy characters who are supporting and who have platonic guy friends that they love because these are their friends.
Right.
And I thought I liked that.
I feel like there isn't much to say about this book though. I feel like it was very straightforward. I think you're right as far as lengthwise and pacing. But beyond the romance story, there really wasn't much to the book.
Well, and I feel like my middle school readers would have been cool with this book because of what the story was about, because it's about a boy band, because it's an LGBTQ love story, because they love those. But when I hand them a 450-page book, they're going to be like, what is this?
Well, and then there's some like not really
Oh,
safe
well, there were,
kissable
yes.
scenes.
Like, as things go, yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna censor them and stop them from reading it, but like, I don't know if
It's
their
not the
parents would be okay with
recommendation. Right.
it.
I just think it's a hard sell for realistic fiction readers don't necessarily expect that. Fantasy readers, 450 pages, whatevs, but
Right.
realistic realistic fiction readers are kind of like,
Right. Because you don't need to take the time to develop the setting as much.
right. And I really enjoyed Sophie Gonzales's, and I can't remember what it was called, book about where the girl was doing advice through locker. I really liked that, and I enjoyed Cale Dietrich did the love interest book, which I thought was such an interesting, like, different take on the trope, and I enjoyed that. So I liked this book. I liked what they did, but like the pacing for me just it didn't knock it out of the park.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I had an enjoyable time.
Yes, so we should rate it.
Enjoyed it.
Our rating system starts to top with 5 unicorns, we go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
I'm at. I don't know. I'm at. Like after talking about it, I feel like I have to go with 3 unicorns because it wasn't like anything was over the top great. It was just like a solidly okay book. It was
I'm
okay.
yeah, I'm at a 3. Like the plot and the characters were a 4, but like the actual narrative just didn't quite work, like didn't hit all
Yeah.
the cylinders for me.
We should probably talk about the narrator of the audiobook too, because
Oh,
we read an audio arc.
yes, so we did get an audio arc.
So and I enjoyed him. I thought he sounded a lot like, is it Michael Crouch?
Yeah, who does all the Jeff Sentner books?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought he sounded a lot like Michael Crouch.
So
Which I enjoy.
I thought he sounded okay. That was all good. My problem was that the voices were the same for the two narrative characters. And so like when I paused the audiobook and then came back to it, I couldn't figure out who was talking.
So it would have been helpful to have maybe 2 readers even.
Yes. I prefer the two readers.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I said, I'm gonna recommend this book. I'm gonna happily put it on display. I think that there are readers that are gonna want this book and are gonna need this book, but it wasn't my favorite by either of the authors. But I'll keep reading. I'll keep reading both of them and I'll keep reading them together.
All right. Well, see you around.
Bye.